Hello dear students, as you know we are doing ray optics chapter number 9 of class 12th. This is going to be the 13th part of the lecture series. Till the part 12 we have discussed the combination of lenses, a convex lens and a concave lens together, a convex lens and a convex lens together. Today we are going to discuss the combination of lens and the mirror, and thereafter we will move ahead. Okay, so let us discuss first of all combination of lenses and mirrors. In this topic, obviously from the name you must have guessed that we are going to discuss combination of one lens, one mirror. It can be two lenses, one mirror. It can be three lenses, one mirror. It can be one lens and two mirrors. Where I am talking about is spherical mirrors, not plane mirrors. So basically you need to understand a basic fundamental thing, and that fundamental thing is whenever two or more surfaces are involved for formation of an image, then the image formed by the first surface act as an object for the second surface. This is a fundamental thing, and this will work. This was working in the case of combination of two lenses, and this will work in the case of combination of lens and the mirror. So first of all, we will try to understand combination of a lens and a plane mirror. Then after we will move to spherical mirror. Okay. So let us take one question to understand that. Question is, if a convex lens is there and an object is placed somewhere here, it is given in the question that there is a plane mirror which is there at some distance from the convex lens. Say this distance is x. Okay. Question is, what is the distance or what is the focal length of the convex lens so that what is the focal length of the convex lens? Focal length of the convex lens so that the image of the object formed on itself only. The image of the object formed is on the object itself. Focal length, the distance between the object and the focal length is given, let it be 20 centimeter. This distance is 20 centimeter. I should have make it at the bottom. Distance of the object from the lens, it is given as 20 centimeter. So what is the focal length of the lens? This is the question. So how this question will be done? Now let us try to solve this question with the help of ray diagram. From the object, if a ray strikes on the lens, then whatever image formed by the lens will act as an object for the plane mirror. You need to understand that image of the object coincides with the object itself. It simply means that ray of the light must retraces its path. Ray of light goes strike to the plane mirror and again retraces its path and intersect each other at the point O only. So for this thing, ray of light has to be parallel with the principal axis, go over towards the plane mirror, and after that when it strikes the plane mirror normally, it will bounce back, it retraces its path, and finally image of the object is formed on itself only. So when this happens, that after refraction ray of light becomes parallel to the principal axis when the object or when the point is on the focus. So basically in this case the focal length of the lens will be equal to 20 centimeter itself only, because when the object is at focus, then only the ray of light goes refracted through the lens and becomes parallel to the principal axis. It happens only in that case. So basically rays are parallel here, and that's why ray falls on the mirror normally, it retraces its path and they intersect each other at the point O itself, and image is formed there only. Since object distance was given 20 centimeter, and from some analysis we got to know that object is placed at focus only, so focal length will be 20 centimeter. Now one more question can be asked, what is the value of x? Just see, this value of x is irrespective. Whatever be the value of x, same thing will be happening. So what we say, the x can be any finite distance. Any finite distance. X can be any finite distance. It can be 0 also. It is a possibility that it can be 0 also. Or x can be 0. Because when it will be 0, what will happen? Lens will be like this. The plane mirror is there in the contact with the lens. And if an object is placed at some distance, suppose at focus, then what will happen? Ray of light strikes the plane mirror. It goes, strike the plane mirror normally. It go and retraces its path. And finally, image will be formed at the object itself. I hope I am clear. So basically, the distance between the lens and the plane mirror is irrespective of where the image is formed. So what is the key we should take from here? The key point is, whenever the image of the object formed on the object itself, it simply means that ray of light must retrace its path, which implies that ray of light from the refracting surface, it must fall on the refracted surface normally, so that it can retrace its path. Okay. On this concept, there is a question given in the NCERT. Let us discuss that question. It is the last question of the NCERT. Question is, one plane mirror is kept like this and one convex lens is placed over the plane mirror, something like this. Okay, let me make the ray diagram first of all. One plane mirror, okay, and for this plane mirror, one convex lens is placed like this. Okay. Now the thing is, there is one pin which is moved towards this convex lens till the point its image is formed on itself only. The thing is, there is a liquid placed in the mid of lens and the mirror. There is a liquid. Here one liquid is there which is between the lens and the mirror. So in that case, the distance of the object from the lens is 45 centimeter. 45 centimeter. Now again this experiment is repeated after removing the liquid. Now that distance comes out to be 30 centimeter. Okay, this was given. Refractive index of the material of the lens is given, mu g 1.5. What is being asked? What is the refractive index of the liquid between the lens and the mirror? This is the last question of the NCERT. So let us solve this. From the earlier question I have told, if the liquid is not there, so it is the combination of a plane mirror and a convex lens. So object must be placed at focus to get its image on its position only. So this U2 must be equal to focal length of the convex lens FL. Okay, focal length of lens, या focal length of glass we can say FL, FG. Or we should say F1, let it be F1. Okay, so F1 is to be 30 centimeter. F1 is equal to 30 centimeter. Now we have a combination of lens made of glass, combination of lens made of liquid. So if I suppose F1 as focal length of lens of glass and I take F2 as focal length of liquid lens, And since these two lenses are in combination, so we can write combination focal length 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon f1 plus 1 upon f2. Now since when the liquid was removed, the focal length was 30 centimeter. The experiment was repeated, the focal length was 30 centimeter. So we can write 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon 30 plus 1 upon f2. If we solve this expression, we are going to have combination focal length. When liquid was present, the image was formed at 45 centimeters. So basically combination focal length is going to be 45. So from here 1 upon f2 is going to be 1 upon 45 minus 1 upon 30. If I take LCM of these two, LCM will be 90. So 2 minus 3, 1 upon f2 will be equal to minus 1 upon 90. So f2 comes out to be minus 90 centimeter. So the focal length of the liquid lens is minus 90 centimeter. Okay. Now one more thing is required, and that thing is radius of curvature of the convex lens. And how that radius of curvature will be calculated, I am calculating here, or let me calculate over here. Lens maker formula for an equiconvex lens is given by f is equal to r upon 2 mu minus 1. So focal length of convex lens is 30. Radius of curvature has to be calculated. 2, refractive index is 1.5 minus 1. Now 1.5 minus 1, it is 0.5. 0.5 multiplied by 2, it is 1. So basically r comes out to be 30 centimeter. This is the radius of curvature of the lens given, convex lens. This convex lens, radius of curvature is 30 centimeter. Now the thing is, for this lens, the liquid lens, if we calculate its focal length by lens maker's formula. What is lens maker's formula? Lens maker's formula is 1 upon f is equal to mu minus 1, 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. This is the lens maker's formula. For liquid lens we can apply, because for liquid lens we have the focal length also, and because for the liquid lens we have r1. R1 is this surface, r2 is a plane surface, it is a plano-concave lens, r2 is infinity, r1 we have 30 centimeter, mu we have to calculate, f we know. So let us put the values, all values. 1 upon minus 40, 1 upon minus 90, f2 is 90 centimeter, is equal to mu we have to calculate, minus 1. Now 1 upon r1. What is the value of r1 over here? Just see, r1 is this way. Whatever be the light will come in this direction, and r1 is in this way. So radius of curvature will be directed in that direction. So r1 has to be negative. So it will be minus 1 by 30, minus 1 upon infinity. Because r2 is the plane surface. 1 upon infinity becomes 0. This minus will cancel this minus. This 30 will cancel 30 by 3 times. So mu minus 1 is equal to 3. So mu is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3, which is equal to mu is equal to 4 by 3. Mu is equal to 4 by 3 centimeter. Mu is equal to 4 by 3. This is the radius of curvature of the liquid. Okay, this is the radius of curvature of the liquid. I hope I am clear. No problem is there. First of all, you need to calculate what is the focal length of the liquid lens, which is plano-concave in surface, and then after you have to calculate radius of curvature. Then after, apply lens maker formula, get the value of mu. This question has been asked in CBSE board examination so many times. In 1 year, what CBSE has done, that in place of 45 and 30, it was given A and B, and rest of the questions were same. So you have to solve like that also. If the variables are changed, then also you will be able to solve. It will happen only in that case when the concepts are clear. So I hope there is no problem in the concept. It is the very important question of the CBSE. You must note it down. Take the screenshot. I am giving you time, and you must note it down. Now let us move ahead. Now the second thing is, let us study a combination of a lens and a spherical mirror. Let the concept be the same. Let there be a spherical mirror. Like this. Focal length of this lens is 20 centimeter. The separation between the lens and the mirror is, let it be 30 centimeter. An object is placed at a distance of, object is placed somewhere here. Okay. The distance of the object is, let it be x. Question is, find the value of x. Find x such that the image coincides with object itself. The image coincides with the object itself. Okay, this is the question. Okay, let us try to find out. First of all, you need to understand again, the image of the object has to be coincide with the object itself. It simply means that in that case also, in this case also, the ray of light must fall on the mirror normally, because normal incidence is such a case. Suppose this is a plane mirror. Normal incidence is such a case where a ray of light falls on the mirror and then after it retraces its path. And for image to be formed on the position of object, the ray of light has to retrace its path, and for that thing image should be fall on a spherical mirror normally. Now for spherical mirrors, you must be knowing that if a mirror is spherical, so if a ray of light falls on the mirror normally, it must pass through the center of curvature. It must pass through the center of curvature. Then only it will happen that it will fall on the mirror normally and it will retrace its path. I hope I am clear. Okay. So we'll try to understand this way only. So object is, from the object, rays of light falls on the lens. It falls on the mirror in such a way that when we extend these rays, this must go through the center of curvature of the mirror. Center of curvature is not given, radius of curvature of the mirror is given. Let it be 20 centimeter. This is the radius of curvature. Okay, let it be 20 centimeter. So ray must fall on the center of curvature. Then only what will happen, this ray will be perpendicular to the surface and ray will retrace its path. It will go like this, it will come like this, and again image will be formed at the object itself, position of object itself. Okay. So we have got enough hints to solve this question. Now you must be knowing that if this radius of curvature is 20 centimeters, so from here till here it must be 20 centimeter only. So for this convex lens, the image should be formed at 50 centimeter, 30 centimeter for mirror, and then after 20 centimeter from mirror to center of curvature. So image distance for the lens should be 30 plus 20, obviously it is going to be 50 centimeter. The focal length of the lens is 20 centimeter. What we have been asked? Object distance. Now I think it becomes a piece of cake for you. You can easily solve it. 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon v minus 1 upon u. This is your lens formula. 1 upon f is 20, is equal to 1 upon v. We need to solve minus 1 upon u. Sorry, we need to solve u. So u is placed like that only. So 1 upon u is equal to 1 upon 50 minus 1 upon 20 50 and 20, LCM will be 100. So it will be 2 minus 5 minus 3 by 100. So U is going to be what? Minus 100 by 3 or 33.33 centimeter. This is the answer for this question. So this is how we solve the combinations. Okay. If I hope you understood the basic thing. Basic thing is the image formed by the first one will serve as an object for the second one. Okay. So many questions can be made. This separation can be changed. Then this lens can be concave. This mirror can be concave. So many things can be done. Okay. So this is how we solve the things, and this is how the combination part is there. Okay. Latest syllabus has been come. Reflection of light is not there. So you need to understand that these type of questions are still there. It can be asked in the CBSE examination because it is mainly the question of refraction, not reflection. Okay. So I think this is all for the day. Tomorrow we'll go with the next topic. Okay. Thank you all of you.